Hey guys, Javelin here and welcome back to the channel. This week we'll be exploring the Mohgwyn Palace, making some observations and doing a bit of theorizing. Subscribe if you're new or returning, as my subscriber goal for my first year is 1,000 subs and I would greatly appreciate it if you helped me reach this. The Discord is linked in the comments for anyone interested in starting discussions about the lore, and without any further delay, let's get started. To arrive at the Mohgwyn Palace, we must go through Vara's questline to receive the Pureblood Knight's medal, or find the portal located by Ordina in the Apostate Derelict in the mountaintops of the Giants. Once we arrive here, we can traverse down a cliff face and come to the Palace Approach Ledge Road. We are immediately greeted with a large group of Albinaurics, but some of these ones are red and seem to be filled with blood, as they can explode with giant spikes and blood comes forth when they do so. Now, I know this may be a bit of a wild theory, but since the announcement of the DLC, I've warmed up to the theory going around that Miquella is similar in lore to Griffith, the once protagonist, now antagonist in the series Berserk. This comparison comes from his similar looks, moral nature, and then him ending up in a cocoon of sorts in Mohgwyn Palace, similar to when Griffith summons the God Hand and emerges from the Egg of the King as Femto in the manga. To explain it a little bit better, the theory is that once Miquella realized all his plans had fallen through, he would join Mohg or use him to gain power by way of blood sacrifice and eventually emerge as a god of blood, and with this newfound power overthrow the Golden Order and current cycle of undying to restore death to the lands between. I'd like to throw the theory out there and say the Red Albinaurics quite possibly still ally with Miquella, as his Halig tree was supposed to be their salvation. We know of this by way of Latenna. And with this information, one could say that they served him in life, so they still serve him in quotes sleep, possibly following him to the palace by using the Waygate in the mountaintops. And they want to see him come back, as they would still be loyal to him, so these Red Albinaurics are quite possibly storing blood inside themselves to give to Miquella, which we can confirm with the Lord of Blood's exaltation. Or this could just be a genetic mutation due to the environment that they dwell in. Let's continue exploring. We come to what seems to be a large shallow lake that expands forward, left, and into some tunnels along the cliff face. These tunnels actually seem to be the encampment or home of the Albinaurics who live here, as inside the tunnels we can see that they are sleeping and in groups around this shallow lake. To the left, we're invaded by a nameless white mask, essentially just another servant similar to Vara and inconsequential other than the fact they dropped the War Surgeon set. We can see that this shallow lake of sorts has tons and tons of corpses that are not just Albinauric, but what also appear to be nobles' corpses as well, possibly left to rot after being used for blood sacrifice. This area is also inhabited by these blood-putrid strays and giant blood-festered crows. I would like to believe that these are just pets that keep the Albinaurics company, so I'll leave it at that. Further ahead, we come to a forest area which has these horn-wielding Albinaurics who can summon giant spectral skeletons. After dispatching them, we come to the Dynasty Mausoleum, which is absolutely infested with putrid corpses and this giant bloody pile that's probably some crazy nonsense with the corpses and Albinaurics fusing together or something. I don't know. We can run past this and more putrid corpses to the inside of the mausoleum, where we encounter some of these sanguine nobles, who plan to claim nobility when the Mohgwyn dynasty is established, and find the imprisoned merchant. I'm actually not quite sure how this guy got here. My only thought is that he's been here for a while, and quite possibly got trapped and is too scared to leave. Moving forward, we can come to the area where we're able to invade and defeat Vara. We then come to the Dynasty Mausoleum midpoint. When we go up a short path leading to a courtyard, we can see a group of Albinaurics surrounding a sanguine noble, who appear to be worshipping at this statue of the bearded man who has made multiple appearances in my videos. I still have yet to really pinpoint what's up with this figure, as he's above and below ground, mostly in areas by the Ool. I'd lastly like to comment on the very obvious Ool structures and headstones as well. This most certainly confirms that this was once a place of worship for the ancestral followers, quite possibly the central place, as the bridges and pathways leading to it have either crumbled away or have been destroyed. Either of these theories are likely due to Mohg's presence. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up the video for today. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in the upcoming DLC, as much of the current speculation is either confirmed and agreed on throughout the community. I'm really starting to like the whole idea of the inspiration between Mikola and Griffith, as they're both iconic characters of their respective series, and from what we know of Griffith, his character is really quite confusing in the more recent chapters of Berserk. Subscribe if you're new or returning, as it would greatly aid the channel with the algorithm and help me reach my 1,000 subscriber goal. Like the video and comment your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.